Yeah. Let's go there. JC Live. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. We go pour. I'm just playing. Welcome to all my Christians and TikTokers and YouTubers and my amazing people on the web. Whoo! Today I have a strong broadcast that I want to talk about, but before I start this, just want to pray for all the people that's going through struggles and hard times out there, and show my love and gratitude to everyone on earth. And if you're going through a hard time, I'm praying for you too. And if your family is dying or just anything, a crisis happening in your life, I am praying for you. Well, now get the prayers out of the way. Amen to my Lord and Savior. Let's go, guys. Let's go, man. It's great to see everyone here. It's great to see everyone here. We have some things to talk about. I had to bring my energy back up because I just went through a 2-hour live that I didn't even realize was 2 hours. This is crazy. What's going on TikTok? We're blowing the internet. What I'm talking about. Okay, anyways, let's get to the point. What is going on? People always want to hear my view. What the F do I think is about to happen? I'm seeing some weird signals. I started to say that on TikTok. And I'm talking about martial law and lockdowns. What's going on over there in China? At least I can say it on here. I can openly say China. China's got their people locked down. They're starving them. Have y'all seen the videos? They're coming out trying to bust out of the thing, and the military's busting them back in there. They're really bad over there in China. They're getting tortured, man. It's getting horrible. Then the NWO is supposed to be voting, well, the World Health Organization is supposed to be voting on taking away a lot of our rights and stuff. Like on the 22nd, we got that coming up. These guys trying to take us down. What? Take away our rights? And then we got the Roe versus Wade, where that could take away a lot of your constitutional rights too. Mostly, and it goes right back to the women. Why does it always go back to the women? Why are they always trying to take our women's rights away? They want equal rights, man. They want to be treated like us. Jesus. These freaking governments, man. So, let me stop walking in a circle. I'm probably making people dizzy on this damn camera. But where I want to get to, where I want to talk about, right now, Russia is really quiet on the Finland situation. Russia's really quiet. Putin kind of let it go. He's like, it's not a threat to us, but he's saying this in front of all the people that he want to get into his army. He want to get onto his army. Kurt Serial, really? That's great. So we have a reverse NATO going on here, where Putin is trying to give some of his most powerful weapons to these smaller countries. Now, this is where we got to ask our question, because he just deployed nukes to Poland's border. I'm not Poland, but Sweden. Not Sweden. Damn, I say the last one. Finland. He put missiles on Finland's border, nuclear missiles, the Skyner missiles, and they got a nuclear warhead on them. So he got those on the border. What's it say that he's not going to send them to, Belarus? He's not going to send them to Kazakhstan, Kazakhstan, like anywhere that can be strategic. Russia might try to do a reverse NATO. Like, okay, if you guys can spend on us, how about we spend on you? Which means we're definitely going to World War. We're going to World War. Which there's no doubt in my mind that we're 100% going into a World War. World War III, we have yet to see. World War IV, I don't think we're making it that far. We better pray we can save the humanity from this war that we're about to go through. I've seen a lot of military trucks in North Dakota. Yeah, I've been seeing weird planes. Like I just saw this 130 the other day. We barely get them around here. Like the military base that we have is way down and it's lightweight abandoned. So it's way down. The only planes that we get over here in the area that I'm at, we get these police planes that go in a circle and they like run everybody's tags and stuff. That's about as far. And then we get Comtrail planes, of course, and civilian planes. But we barely, and I mean barely, get military planes. I've been seeing the double head helicopters going through the sky. I've been seeing 130s was going over there loud ass fucking flight over. I'm like, dude, I ain't never seen a plane that big. That's why I put it on my TikTok. I'm like, damn, I have never seen a plane that big here. So weird things going on. This is probably the highest views I've ever gotten on YouTube. So you guys are freaking killing it right now as far as my my live, as far as the live goes. So much respect for everybody that came over here from TikTok. Much respect to my moderators and my YouTube. I don't know how many moderators I can make, but I'm about to start making some on here too. We're going to get a crew together. We're going to be together on YouTube. We're going to be together on TikTok. We're going to rock, hip hop. Let's go. Don't stop. All right, let me stop. Stop. I'm stopping, okay? I'm goofy. I'm hyper right now. I'm just in a good mood. Stacy Lynn in the house. SGT in the house. Oh, Nubs. Yeah, I got you, Nubs. I got you, Nubs. Moderators. Okay, so talking. We got a lot going on, man. Did y'all hear about the generals that was captured today? Tied up, all on camera, got their ID, the passports on camera and everything. Every day smiling. Got you, David. You already know I got you. Got you. There's a lot going on. I knew when the Astolf plant was getting attacked that it was going to get pretty bad for the people that was trapped in there. A lot of people don't know, but a lot of the people that was trapped in there were NATO officers. Some was from the British, some was from the US, some was from France, some is from Italy, some is from Sweden. yes, some is from Sweden. Crazy. But the ones that got caught today, 7 Americans. You know you got to throw it up, huh? You got to throw it up for the USA. Yeah, Russia caught the USA. You know, people ain't thinking about this, but we're sending in trained-ass fighters there. Trained fighters. Do you know what that means? They say, well, so what? They're foreign fighters. They volunteered. They signed up. They wanted to go to war. Well, the point is, these guys, most of these guys are vets. Most of these guys ain't really like there's some inexperienced fighters there. Yeah, there are. But there's a lot of vets there that's getting captured. There's captains and lieutenants that's used to running operations. What do you call that? I'm a lieutenant from the United States, you know, former lieutenant. How do we know that some of these guys are really former lieutenants? How we'll know that they're really sending in commanders to lead these guys and shoot them into these wars? Like, for real. For realsies. We don't. We only know what they tell us. And everything in Ukraine right now is pretty much blacked out or act out, if you know what I mean. You ain't in the right area, you probably acting. CNN, going in there and being this close to the fucking Russian troops and Ukrainian troops shooting at each other. Oh my gosh, look at this, guys. This is war. Why didn't you hide it? Why don't you got a vest on? What the F are you doing? Like, what? When did the war zone become a movie? This ain't World War III the movie. Off Grid's here? Oh, Off Grid's here. Heck yeah. Sorry. Excuse my language. Thank you, Dave, for the Cash App. Thank you. So, these guys are capturing our officers. They just moved nuclear weapons to the Finnish border. Putin is seeming calm as day, which worries me. Because he's like, you know, he was just saying all before this that they're a threat to his country. He came and made a little speech today. It was like, they're not a threat to our country, but if there's NATO infrastructure into their countries, then, you know, we're gonna respond to that. We know what that means. We know what that means. Get prepared, guys, because now that Russia's getting ready to arm pretty much their closest allies, Belarus and what was it, Armenia, Kazakhstan, all them areas, Tajikistan. Since they're getting ready to arm them, I'm thinking something's about to pop off. And then we have the NATO members that's supposed to enter into Ukraine next week, which I put the documents on my TikTok, and I think I put them on my YouTube. Thank you for the. Oh, I'm about to make you a moderator here. You made me. I thought you were already mod here. There we go. Oh, it's a backup. That's why. It's the backup channel. Okay. So we've been warning of this for years. I definitely been warning since I've known this since I was 16 years old. I started researching on the Cold War and how everything was building up to this. I started working really hard to this because, people call me weird for looking it up all the time. I'm like, dude, well, I want to know, what it's going to do to me. So, Lord. Oh, man, I'm sorry about that. My phone died out on you guys. It's okay? We good? My phone died out. Whew. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. But they're getting ready to arm their buddies. And this is getting wild, man. This is getting wild. So this is letting me know World War III is getting ready to start. China's been making moves in the Indo-Pacific. The United States has been building up on Russia's border majorly. We have 349,000 NATO troops on high alert. Some of those are 100,000 American troops on high alert. We have Russia deploying nukes to the Finland border. We don't know where else they're deploying nukes at. They got submarines. They got their Satan II that's most likely deployed because they keep threatening countries with it. They keep threatening the UK. They keep threatening France. They keep threatening Germany. So we have the vote for from the World Health Organization to be able to go into countries that's having disastrous problems, especially with viruses and stuff, to be able to control the country. They're about to pass that. So what's going on? We got China getting their people locked down. We got Russia getting ready to declare martial law on their people. Ukraine got Russia back into the border by Kharkiv. So what happens when they go beyond the border? Like, we have so many questions that we need answered. Like, for real, at this point in time, how close are we to World War III? They're not really warning or talking anymore. Remember, they were talking the beginning of this year. They were actually talking and like, hey, we can calm it down this way. All right, let's try this way. All right, let's try. Now they're not calming nothing down. They're not talking no more. And Vladimir Putin, once again, he seemed a little too calm about what was happening over there with Finland and Sweden joining the alliance. He seemed too calm, way too calm. They have an 810-mile long border with Russia. You tell me what that means. What happens if Russia goes into Canada? Well, what would happen if Russia was on our border? They had the long border that Canada has with us. Do you think the United States would be okay with that? What if Russia made a NATO and Canada join? Like, Canada, can you join NATO? Our NATO. You think the United States would have been okay with Canada holding that long border with us? Heck no. The United States is going to pump it up and be big. Oh my God, the Russians are there. They're right on the border. Why do they do this? Oh, no. Let's make it more realistic. What if they started militarizing Cuba and Venezuela right now? That's the real question. What if they started doing that? You think the United States is going to be okay for it? No. No, even though we're right there on their border, we got troops literally on their border. They won't be okay with Russia coming over here to Cuba. But what's wrong with that? We've invaded countries. What's wrong with that? We've invaded people. We have. We invaded Syria. You want me to find some videos of us destroying their buildings and killing their people? Did anybody care for them? No, they didn't. Even when the chemical attacks was going down. They're not boo-hooing like they're doing Ukraine right now. Is anybody still thinking about the war of Iraq? Did y'all see the before and after the United States entered the war? Before, Iraq looked like a masterpiece. Beautiful place. Now it looks like somebody just came there and just swipe the whole city away, bro. Just trashy now. Did y'all see Afghanistan? That 20-year war, right? So we should have been caring about Afghanistan. We should have been sending refugees billions and billions and billions and millions and billions and billions of dollars, huh? No. Nobody cared about Afghanistan. Nobody. I ain't hear shit. Oh my God, the poor Afghanistan people are dying. Women are getting tortured. I didn't hear none of that. They they put a missile through a building. They're destroying schools and nurseries and hospitals. And okay, they did it there. So once again, what is the difference? What is the point? Why do everybody put their money and time into Ukraine? What is the difference between Ukraine and Iraq? What is the difference between Ukraine and Afghanistan? What's the difference between Ukraine and Libya? What's the difference between Ukraine and everybody else that we've started issues with? We are not perfect, man. Just like before this, we instigated Russia, man. We gotta be real. How long are we gonna hide this? That ain't you being on Russia's side. That is not you being on Russia's side. Tell the facts. They were in Ukraine. They were developing bioweapons. It's everywhere, even in our DOD. Even our own Senate's coming out. They're trying to blame Ukraine like, no, those are Ukraine's labs, not our labs. But the fact is, everywhere we said labs were, those Ukraine labs are there. What happened to everybody calling Ukraine corrupted? What happened to Zelensky being an actor? A good damn actor at that. Good ass actor. He should have got an Oscar, huh? Everything. You see, Ukraine knows something about Joe Biden. Ukraine knows something about Hunter Biden. Ukraine knows something about our little Rothschild government that we have over here. They know. We're paying them to keep their mouths shut. What happens when we stop paying? What happens when we stop helping? What happens when Russia takes over half that shit and brings it out on the world stage? They know what they're doing. So people always ask this question, why are they sending money over there when we have poor and homeless veterans over here? We have people that can't even eat. We have kids dying from different diseases and nobody's putting money into that. What happened to the pandemic? What happened to that? 1 minute we were just told, I was just told like 2 weeks ago on the bus, you need to wear a mask. You can't get on here unless you wear a mask. Where the heck did that go? And while they were telling me to wear a mask, they were in there in the office, chatting this close to each other. Hey, did you see what happened yesterday, Cindy? Yeah, I saw. And we're out here, can't even breathe, get no oxygen. See, what, I gotta pay for oxygen too? Are oxygen taxes going up? Lord have mercy. Oh, man. Our world, if you guys don't see it right now, our world's going to crap. We only got a little bit of time left. I've been told by veterans to get my house in order. I've been told by friends that I have in the military to get my house in order. I've been told by literally every army person on my TikTok and YouTube, get your freaking house in order because we don't know what's coming, and what is coming is going to be worse than you can imagine. I actually had one army guy take the chance because he went to my Instagram. He literally told me, a drunk guy walks into the bar and says that the war in Ukraine, it was a setup for World War III between the United States and NATO. And what if I told you that this was the beginning of the New World Order and how they were going to do and change things, and this was going to wipe a lot of people off the planet? I'm like, whoa, oh, this is a lot of information coming from a drunk man. He's like, yep, that's why the drunk man said it like that. They like to ramble on, don't they? Oh, man. Guys, man, I want to build. I'm trying to work on a team on YouTube, just like I did with TikTok. I'm trying to get a team together. Off Grid is a really good channel, and I love what they do with their channel. I've respected them since I first ran into them on YouTube, and I've been hooked to them ever since. I share their videos all over TikTok. Man, if Off Grid had a TikTok, he'd be popular, man, because they be sharing your vids on there, man. If you're still here, they be sharing your vids on TikTok. But I know it's a lot of stuff that we can't say on there. That's why I come to YouTube as my backup. I used to call it Uncensored News, but I'm allowed to go into a lot more details on here. They don't block me like they do on TikTok. So I just want to let you guys know that's why I'm a little more open on here on YouTube on what I can say, and I zip my lips on TikTok and listen, because y'all see how many people was getting taken down trying to go live with me on TikTok today. You're welcome, Off Grid. I agree, Richard. That's okay. So what you said, yeah. They try to take everybody down, man. They're trying to take everybody down. But on the good end, it's me, Jess. What's up, Jesse? What's up, Jimmy? On the good end, we're still here. We're still making it through this. They're telling us everything that's coming. They're telling us we're about to run out of food. They're telling us that we're most likely, there's people that's going to the gas station that can't even fill their pumps because there's no gas in the pumps right now. Things are getting too expensive for companies in this country. So what happens? What happens when they start dropping all this stuff? What happens when semi-truck companies can't afford gas for the semi-truck drivers? What happens when you can't get that good diesel and coal or whatever in your ships? What happens when we run out of everything that keeps our country operating? And we're running down that line right now. That's why we're trying to scatter through our alliances, but most of our allies don't got poop. Germany and all of them was relying on Russia. Diesel fuel's getting scarce. No trucks. Yeah. No trucks, no deliveries. Exactly. How are we going to get our stuff? How's our stores going to get stocked? If we run out of water, like our West Coast, I know y'all been seeing the videos of it going dry over there. It's getting really dry on the West Coast. They're saying it's drought. People ain't getting rain. And the water's going to run out. And y'all know some of the water over there is powered by electricity. So that's going to weaken our grid even more. They're suggesting people go over to solar. Use half grid, half solar. But that only is going to work for so long. So, are you telling me our grid is weaker right now in a time of almost World War III cyber attack, EMP attack can come to this country at any moment and no one's prepared for it? They're not telling you nothing? Of course they're not going to tell you nothing. They're not. They're going to let this collapse. We're going to be on our own. Eventually, I already said, 2 scenarios can happen out of this. Either one, they do say that we're going to go to war with Russia, and we see, a Russian ship has been sunk, and it blacks out in this country. We don't know what's going to happen next. Because a lot of people suspect it won't start nuclear. They keep saying that. It won't start nuclear. Well, we might start nuclear. Like, let's be honest. If Russia and NATO go into full tit for tat, Russia's not going to last that long. Russia's not going to last that long. So they're going to have to go under nuclear weapons. That's why they keep threatening NATO with nuclear weapons. They're like, dude, we're not going to fight you. We're not at your level militarily. Maybe if China step in, it could be a longer war. But I don't know, man. I don't know who's going to stop these guys from pushing the red button. It used to be the United States. You know, we used to scare each other into not pushing the button because we knew if we went to war with each other, we would start. But now, they don't care no more. That MAD is out the window. They're saying they can win nuclear war now. They dropped out of all nuclear treaties. They're back in an arms race, especially a hypersonic arms race. We're spotting each other in space. We got Elon Musk satellites everywhere, which is saying is going to give our military a head start. We got China going on everybody's coast right now. We got Russia going on everybody's coast right now while they're at war with Ukraine. We got NATO on high alert, sending more troops to the borders. Like, come on, guys. We're on the verge of World War III, and World War III will be fought with nukes. You got to put that in your head. It's a strategic move. Nukes are weapons that are supposed to be used. That's what they were made for. It's a trump card. It ain't for deterrence and all that bullcrap that they try to tell you it's about. We use it for defensive purposes. If it was defensive purposes, they would never be used. Did the United States use it for defensive purposes when they dropped it on Japan? Japan didn't even have nuclear weapons. They just dropped it on them, man. It's like, wow. But we've never had a situation where two nuclear powers have fought each other. Now you know nuclear weapons are on the table when those two are at it because they don't trust each other. Could come from a submarine. It could come from a satellite. It could come from a ballistic missile. It could come from a ship. It could come from a train. We don't know it. It's so many ways that we could place nukes anywhere. We can't trust nothing. And people are worried about the trial. I know. Like, usually I would say something like this could be a distraction. Could be. But they done backed themselves so far into a corner that they have no way out of this peacefully. It's literally no way. The only way is NATO either backing off Russia's border, or the only way is Russia getting out and surrendering to Ukraine. But if Russia surrenders to Ukraine, they lose. And NATO will still be right there. And the problem still hasn't changed. So I think we're about to have a third option on this. Well, one of these guys are going to do a surprise attack that's going to shake the world. I've always said that one nuclear explosion. Watch for it. That one nuclear explosion. But in the process, we'll be fighting each other because most likely, while they're at war over there, we'll be impeded over here. The whole country will be out of gas or electric or anything, water, anything that runs off the grid will literally be nothing. You would have to go back to the survival days of going into the wood, learning how to, start a fire or learning how to filter your own water and getting all the diseases and all the particles and bacteria out of it. Trying to, you're going to literally go back into the old days. You got to go back into hunting. You got to make your coats out of actual animals. You're going to have to, literally survive. Literally survive. And our average Americans these days is not ready for that. They're not. You don't have a lot of open-minded thinkers out there. You don't have a lot of people planning 10 moves ahead. You have a lot of people watching the news right now like, yeah, they've been saying this shit for years. It's never coming here. That's what we got. That's what we got. We got a bunch of people watching the news and saying none of this is going to happen because all this is propaganda. This is what we've been fed for years. No, bro, we're breaking records this year. We done broke record after record after record after record after record. Better to prepare and not need it than to prepare than to not be prepared. Facts. than to need it and not be prepared. Yep, facts. Sign. I always tell people look at the signs. I always tell people look at the signs. If you're walking in the grocery store and you see that the power goes out, I brought this up in my TikTok. Oh, I might have brought this up in my YouTube live yesterday or day before yesterday, whenever I went live. But if you see a power go out in the store and you literally see your people out there, holding their heads, looking confused, like cars are backed up to the end. Nobody knows what's going on. Power's out everywhere. Your phone's power out. If you see it like that, you can assume that you've been EMP'd because not all that's going to happen at the same time, like simultaneously. It's crazy. What do you do if you're in a market and that happens? I'm on TikTok. I'm on YouTube, so I'm just gonna be a little more open. I always tell people, if you assume that you are an EMP attack, I'm not saying to do this while you're not on one. If you're in an EMP attack and the power's out everywhere, the first thing people are going to do once they realize that the power is out is go right into that store and they're going to get everything that they need. Now, the panicking buying isn't the best of buying. They're not going to buy it, of course, because everything's going to be down. They're going to storm in there. They're going to storm and get everything that they can. They've done it in every hurricane. They've done it in tornado disasters where they had to evacuate. They've done it in wildfires. They've done it all through. They're going to loot in there. They're going to run in there. They're going to get stuff that's going to help them. They're going to get stuff that's going to help their kids. They're probably going to be fist fighting over stuff. So it's better to know beforehand that what happens in an EMP situation. So when you see those signs, maybe you should try to get that stuff and get the hell out of there. Because not only if you stay there, you're going to be a target for anybody that knows what the hell's going on. Take shelter. Avoid large crowds, especially, and this is after the EMP. Because I'm going to say it like this. Day 1 and day 2 may be the easiest days. Maybe the easiest as people are figuring out what the heck is going on. But day 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 days that you haven't eaten, you haven't been able to feed your kid, your baby's been crying for days, you can't find no formula, you went to every store, but every store is dry now, you went to, you try to start your car, they started in weeks, like you're just miserable at this moment. Now you walk outside, how many other thousands of thousands of thousands of tens of thousands of millions of people out there are going to be starving with you? Looking around for people to rob, to go in their crops, they're going to be it's going to be wild. I'm just telling you. We already have psychos in the prisons that would love to murder people. We have rapists out there that could dream and that are sick-minded fools thinking of kids every day. Like, I'm just telling you, there's sick people in our country. Not everyone thinks like you and me. And a lights out situation, there's no cops, there's no army, there's no nothing. There will be overseas fighting while we're here fighting each other. That's why we tell you to prepare beforehand. Because after that, how are you going to prepare? How are you going to prepare? There's no way to prepare after that. You're taking a risk every day of your life after that. If you already got it in there, nobody's been watching you, you're good. Keep a fence around your home, put some barbed wire on your windows, sit somewhere under where you're good. But be aware of your surroundings. Because after this, like I said, there's no cops or anything. So if someone can turn their back on you, someone can stab you in the back, you won't know who to trust in those moments. Only your dearest and truest person, to be honest. We already got parents abandoning their kids out there. Kids are lost. I just watched a TikTok yesterday. This man that found a kid on the side of the road, picked him up, took him home, found his parents. I can only imagine after this, man. It's just gonna be bad. I hope I don't have to see it. I hope you don't have to see it. I hope that this is all just false information, but we have to put this message out there because this is important for everybody. Not just you and me. This is going to affect the whole world. The whole world. We won't know what's happening in other countries. We won't even know what's happening here. And I've always said, what if this is pre-planned? Pre-planned. What if our government's corrupt, man? We've known this for years. Our government's corrupt. What if they are already planning this for us? They have bunkers they can go to. They got steel doors that we ain't gonna never be able to punch our way or beat our way through. They'll be protected. We'll be stuck out here. We have inflation on our border. What's to say that Russia and China's not already here? Already preparing and sneaking people in day by day. What's to say they're not here right now preparing and ready for us? What's to say they haven't been doing this over the years, knowing that they're going to eventually go to war with us, sneaking people in just little by little. That's all it takes. Spies and everything. That's all it takes. So when the power goes out and you look around and you just see people pull out a gun out of their fucking backs, were you prepared for that? No one was, because nobody thought that far. Just like the ships that's backed up and docked out there, they're not expecting all them ships. And it's like more and more and more and more and more. China got container bombs where they can literally fire from a container on a warship. Boom. I mean, not a warship, but just a regular trade ship. Boom. I know y'all seen them container bombs. They open up and they just shoot out. They got them where they can shoot them from their train missiles. Hit anywhere around the world. Crazy, right? From a train. Who would thought of that? Let me shoot a missile from a train that can go around the world. Let me shoot it from a plane that can go thousands of miles. We're in a whole new age of technology, man. Way new age. So when we're talking about war against major powers, China, Russia, and the United States. First of all, people always say, well, they don't know what kind of weapons we got. We don't know what kind of weapons they got. Just like we showcase our F-22 Raptor and shit. They showcase their stuff, but we don't know what stuff they're secretly working on. Like China's little sun. That's hotter than our sun that they're working on, the nuclear fusion sun. Nobody knew about that. We knew that there was suns made before, but we didn't know China was developing one down there. They're like, yeah, we made a sun that's hotter than our own sun. That's cool, huh? Yeah, nobody saw that coming. Nope. North Korea come out of nowhere with hypersonic missiles. When the hell did they get hypersonic missiles? They could barely build a nuke years ago. Now they got hypersonics. Great. Something the United States is struggling with, but, you know, North Korea is struggling because they're right there by China. China probably snuck them a couple. And you want a little simulation of how the big nuclear explosion could work. Just look at the Tonga explosion. I don't know if y'all seen Missile 1 and Missile 2 of the Tonga explosion. There was 2 videos that came out on this. There was one that showed the missile. There was a missile coming in, splashed in the water, and blew up. There was a video number 2 where there was a missile coming, another missile trying to intercept the missile, splashed in the water over there. The main missile splashed and then blew up. Either way, put your simulation of a nuclear explosion off of that. It was a 2-day thing and it went away. Literally a 2-day thing. So, we got drought, We had what's the other one? What's the other one? La Palma. We had the La Palma issue. We had the Tonga that came out of nowhere, like literally nowhere. We'll just wake up to, oh, your coast's gonna get hit with tsunami. Where the hell did this come from? Like, dang, I just woke up to this. You got being on the verge of World War III while trying to strip us from our rights and our guns and our food, stripping us from our water, stripping us from our way to live, stripping us from positivity. Like nobody's really talking to each other no more. Remember back in the '90s? I'm saying the '90s. 'Cause I'm a '90s baby. Remember back in the '90s when you grew up and you could get along with your neighbor, you could talk to them about anything, man. It's so divided these days. You can't even talk to the neighbors the same way. The same people that I saw peaceful, lovey-dovey, have their children running all around the neighborhood and everything, are hating each other today. I can't stand her. Ooh, what? Y'all been friends for over like 40 to 50 years, man. What the heck? It just seemed like we had this little time of peace. I bring this up to my TikTokers all the time. Like, we had this little time of peace. Now we're in this year where everything's turned into crap. Everything. For the last 2 years, it seemed like the devil has put his hand over the world and he will not let it up. I don't know if he has his demons in our Congress. I don't know if he has his people controlling who, but it seems like his hand has been over this world. I've been feeling this dark feeling all over this world, and it is not going away. It is not going away. It's been getting worse, and I have this gut feeling that something ugly is about to start. We see what Off Grid said. Water straws can help almost any source for drinking water. Amen. And I'm going to say it's going to keep going down and down and down. Now, which 22nd are you talking about, Earth? Are you talking about the WHO? Because I kind of been talking about that, about they're supposed to vote to take away, or to be able to take over control of the country if there's a disastrous situation. Or are you talking about the NATO troops that's supposed to go into Ukraine on the 22nd or 24th? Or I think they might have been 20. It was a dash. It was a 22nd dash 24th. So it could have been 22nd through the 24th. Could have been between the 22nd and 24th. Yes. What is that about? The WHO. I didn't read through the whole document. I've just been seeing it around, but the WHO is supposed to be having this vote, I guess, to take away if we're in a pandemic, or if we're in a disaster situation with major sickness or something, or just a disastrous situation in our nation, they could come in. They could come in, and they could. I think the way they were saying they could control our country or control us, would be able to have all rights to us or something like that. Oh, weeks of hell. Yep. I was just gonna tell you to touch on that. So yeah, from the idea that I get from it, from what I have read and saw, if they're going to vote on this, if we're in a major disaster situation, they will be able to take over the country or something, take over the laws and shit, be able to control us. There's also that Roe versus Wade, where they're talking about taking our rights away from that too. They're saying that the Constitution ain't the Constitution, and they're trying to change the amendments and everything. Like, what in the hell is going on, man? That's why I'm like, too much shit is going on at the same time. 22nd through the 28th for the WHO, 22nd through the 24th for the military. Wow. Wow. Yeah, this is about to get interesting then. Like, what is happening in China? That's what I was gonna touch on. That's why I say I feel like all of this is connected. Because you got China already locking their people down. They're begging to get out. They're fighting everything. They're slamming their police and everything, man. Um, we got the United States that's getting really close to that point. They got this WHO doing that. We have that's not predicting dates. These were actually on papers. It's not predicting. Um, we have Russia getting ready to declare martial law. Ukraine already in martial law. A lot of you guys were in my live with the Ukrainian kid that was in there. Remember that? Remember we asked him the question: is NATO in this country? And he said, yeah, he's the one that they're the ones that's enforcing the laws in our city that we can't come out past 11 p.m. He didn't even know how to call that over there. It was martial law, but he's literally saying that NATO members are over there declaring martial law in this country. There was some Ukrainian kid. So we have that. We have a Swedish man that was he was talking about they're getting confrontational over there. He showed us a bunker or like a little fallout shelter they had. I talked to a Belarusian woman. Me and her's been pretty cool. We talked the last 2 days about what's going on. She's saying like things are getting crazy. She don't want to believe that World War III is coming. She really didn't want to believe it. But she was like, man, as I look at this news, it's just getting worse and worse. And I talked to a Latvian person, which truly believe that the United States is the most heroic country in the world. And I'm like, no, man. We're the most corrupt country. One of the most corrupt countries in the world, man. We didn't invent Hollywood for nothing, man. We sure didn't. We sure didn't. We got a bunch of actors in this country, man. I mean, like I said, when can you ever go to a war zone? I didn't see them in Afghanistan being this close to army, man. Oh my God, look at this. Look at it. Americans are fighting the Afghanistan back for. Like, come on, bro. I ain't never seen it like this, bro. It's like watching TV. Wow, look at this. I ain't never thought I'd see war on TV. This is amazing. Oh. Can't give you a date, but look at your world and at the way it's moving close. Yep. Yep. If your family thinks you're crazy, then maybe we should all be the ones, the big family. Yeah, like we're all working together in this. We're all together. I always say I'm on the side of the people. Screw the governments. Screw the system that they try to put us through and they try to raise us through. I'm for the people, man. I don't care what you believe in. I don't care, your way of thinking and your life is your life. And I've always said that. You have control over your own life. We have no judgment on you. Only God can judge. And that's why I get on a lot of Christians that judge others. Your life is your life. Only one that can judge you is God. He's the only man that can judge you. Anybody else on this earth, they shouldn't matter to you because they're not you. I'm on the side of people, and because I'm right here struggling with you guys. I've went through the struggle. I went through the hardest of the hard as a kid, man. And some things I wish I didn't go through and I can get rid of. But when I see who we're run by, I see our governments out there just playing with our heads every day, turning us against each other, making us pick blue and red like we're in some kind of gang. Like, dude, no, this is not. This is. We should be better than this. All these years and we haven't learned nothing. I'm still getting called N-words and stuff. I'm still getting bashed on for trying to do the right thing for people. I could put a whole bunch of proof behind me and people still call me fake. They still call me a Russian hacker or Russian spy or, I'm like, dude, I'm from America. What? Do I sound Russian? No, I'm not Russian. I have 15% of Irish Irish in me, but that's about it. We got to work together, man, and we need to unify. They want us divided because this makes their job a lot easier. Thank you, Mark. This makes their job a lot easier when we're distracted and focused on each other and taking each other down. We're stronger than this, guys, and we're better than this. We've always been better than this, man. Stop letting these guys get in your head. Take my challenge that I gave the other day on TikTok. I don't remember if I gave it on TikTok or YouTube. Take the challenge. Learn something new every day. Learn how to plant. Learn how to feed your stuff. Learn how to live without some power. Just cut your power off, just for the day to see if you could do it. See if you could live without your phone for a day. Do different challenges every day just to test yourself. Test your resolve. Take the challenge. If you're up for it, I'll take it. I'm an adventurer anyway. I love to adventure. I love to hike. I love to do different things. I love to try to build fires. Take the time out of your day to do something different. Black Russian. What would that make me? Blushing? Am I blushing? No, I'm just playing. Let me stop. Lord, I need a survival mama. Oh Lord. But yeah, just do something new. You never hunted before, try to hunt. You never went fishing, or you don't know how to catch a fish or how to scale a fish. Do that. Do something new. I got a lot of people laughing here. I'm feeding the squirrels, so in case I may need them one day. Oh Lord. Hey, whatever you gotta do. Oh man. That's survival mama, what's that? But seriously, man. Seriously, guys. Let's do it. Let's learn. I'm about to probably go fishing. Sometime somebody give me a hook. I'm about to go out to the lake and I want to go fishing. I'm going to learn to scale my own fish, fry it, and see how it tastes fresh. I haven't done it in a long time. I started off small because I used to be scared to kill animals. So I would get the fish that was in the freezers and throw them out, and that had the eyeballs looking at me and stuff. And I learned how to cut around them. But yeah, man, I learned at a young age. Something my mom taught me. That's why I'm so upset my mom died. Because she taught me a lot of stuff, man. She taught me a lot of stuff. I'm learning Chinese and Russian. I feel like it's going to be useful in the future. Oh, Lord. I like your TikTok and YouTube. Thank you, Smiley. Thank you, Smile Now, Cry Later. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome on here, man. We're trying to build a family. I'm trying to build something that's counter to this corruption and this division, man. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it. They now show love to my moderators too. I'm not familiar too much with YouTube's moderators. I know on YouTube's mods are a little different than TikTok's mods. Well, they have a hard time over there, man. Man, they have a hard time. We could get up to 3,200 people sometimes in our lives, and it's just crazy. Man, I never heard so many Russian spies and clown faces in my freaking life. Man. Thank you. First bump, fist bump. Yeah, let's go. I like that. What's the chance of nuclear war? Be honest from 1 to 10. Okay. My chances, I'll give my chances like this. It depends how this starts. If it's if NATO starts this and they just start going through Russian stuff, I think Russia's going to do a couple warning shots. If World War III starts, I'm going to put it up to probably like 95 to 100% that we'd be in a nuclear conflict at some point through that war, because there's no one to tell them to back down. If we are in a conventional war and China possibly steps in to help Russia, which I know they're going to do, it could be dragged out longer, but I still expect somebody to do a shady. Like with war, you gotta realize there's no rules to war, so it's hard to call it. It's hard to call it on that. If it's out of 10, you say the chances are 8. I'd say a 5 out of 10, 50-50. Either it happens or it doesn't. Yeah, all right, hey, that's a good way. That's a good way to say that. I like that. Either it happens or it doesn't. Either it happens or it doesn't. But either way, we better just hope we don't see that day, because nobody's gonna make it through World War III. And when Putin described what will we see in World War III years ago, I think this was in 2016 or 17. Putin actually came out and said if nuclear weapons were detonated all over the world, we would face tsunamis on the East Coast. We would have islands underwater. We would have earthquakes. The earth would be shaking for so much force, getting constantly, bombing into the ground. He said there would be tornadoes. We would have a red sky. So can you imagine a red sky, tornadoes, and an earthquake, and the earth breaking up at the same time, and you got freaking tsunamis coming from coast to coast? Like that sounds like the end of the world, man. That literally sounds like the end of the world, man. I would never want to live through that in my life. Yes. Tribulation. That would definitely be the tribulation period, for sure. That I mean, and for my Christians, and I could be wrong, but they did say God would end the world by fire this time. Would this be? I wouldn't say this would be his doing, because I would think, if it was God doing it, it would be like an asteroid that wipes, or a volcanic or something like that, something natural. I don't know. I don't know. I always said that God said would end the world by fire, and nukes could be fire, could be perceived as ending the world of fire. But I wouldn't say that would be from God, though. That's why I was like, ugh, hold on. I might have to change that around. Putin's a bad son of a gun, and he's definitely not scared. Gravity has always been my fear. The loss of gravity, we all just float to fate. Oh my gosh, bro. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine? Like, what? Oh man, do we know the effects, like what this would do? Could we imagine like Earth with no gravity? That would be crazy. What keeps Earth's gravitational pull going? So many questions. You could take away towns and city if no water. Yep. You could take away a whole country with no power. They already said if the United States ran out of if we ever got EMP, 90% of our people would die, would starve, wouldn't even know what to do. 90%, that's a lot. So that 10%, we only got about 10%. I need to go live with the Africans and live with the Amish men and figure out how they live. I've always been interested in the Amish, man, the way they've done things. They are not that hip to modern technology, and I love that. I love that. All right, a nightmare come true. Yep. Okay. How long I've been on here? Almost an hour. Okay. I'll take some questions. Um, I wanted to just speak to you guys and let y'all know about the situation this is going to. Putin's a little silent on this, and he's taking this too easy for what he was just flashing a couple months about. So I think Russia's about to sneakily do something. I don't know to who. I don't know if the United States. I don't know if it's going to be Poland. I don't know if it's going to be Finland or Sweden, or if it's going to be Germany or the UK. Either way, something big is coming from Russia's part, because they're not going to take this too lightly. Even with Turkey postponing this is only going to be postponed for a little while. They'll come to an agreement. Turkey don't want to lose NATO. At least I think they don't. Gravity is an outcome. If the Earth stops spinning for 1 second, everything attached to the ground will go floating. 3 100 miles per. Oh my gosh! Wow. Huh. What if all that shaking could pull us that way, or at least reverse us? We've never had so many explosions on our planet, so we wouldn't even know. And about the weapons we got now is about thousands of times stronger than the ones we dropped on Hiroshima or Nagasaki. Yeah, I'd rather have that than nuclear war. Wait, floating into space like the Earth just stopped and we just float up there, or like nukes going off everywhere and we're floating. Nah, I don't want either, man. That sounds wild. No way, man. That sounds wild. I wouldn't want either. I feel bad for our kids, man. I feel bad for the kids of the future. This is not the good thing. I feel really bad for the kids of the future. Somebody is going to be abandoned out there. I'm just going to let y'all know. We're probably going to see as many lost kids as we see lost puppies out there, man. I'd rather have war. At least I could try to survive it. Just start floating in space like, no, like, what the heck is going on? I think I'd have a panic attack in mid-air. Yup, the chance of being picked up by extraterrestrials. I would rather take that way out. Me too. I'd refuse to have kids anymore because of that. Yeah, I mean, I just feel bad. I feel really bad. They're not thinking about none of us. And even if we're overpopulated, there's other ways to do it than starting a nuclear war. Like, what the effort, like... Nope. I would never accept it. We gotta find some way to live in peacefully in this country. We're not overpopulated. I know. I'm just saying. Even if their excuse is that we're overpopulated, um, it could still there could still be other ways. Remember, they used to bring around Agenda 21 to depopulate the population. That's another way to restart their world too. That's another way to restart the world. Get rid of the people, get rid of our way of life, and let's switch it up and restart. I don't agree with that personally because I don't want to see people die. I just don't agree with it. I do agree that we are killing ourselves in some ways. I do agree that some of the smoking, what they call it, gas houses, um, is harming us. All these particles that's coming from the sky is harming us. All this stuff that's in the air is harming us. All this stuff we spray every day, our colognes, our, some of the soaps that we put on, some of the things is harming us. Oh wait, hold on. I might have accidentally did that. I don't know how to take people out of timeout. Dang it. Sorry. I tried to take you out. I did that by accident. My bad. We'll see you in 300 seconds. Crap. I thought there was a way to reverse it. Lake Mead is drying up. Almost empty. California needs water, or Arizona would suffer. Yeah. Um, they're gonna be bad over there. They're gonna be bad. The West Coast gonna be bad. Javante, where are you going to be when going down? Oh, where are you going to be going to when the whole war breaks out? I don't know. Like I said, it can happen at any moment. It can happen when you're in your car. It can happen while you're on the toilet. It can happen while you're at Walmart. It can happen while you're the kids at the park. It can happen anywhere. So I have no idea where I would be, because it can literally happen anywhere, anywhere. Let's see. Do you think the trumpets will be heard around the world mistaken for air sirens? I think they're a little different. think they're a little different in sounds. The trumpets are a little different in sounding than the sirens that we have going around. Can't be sleeping and not realize it even started. I know, yeah, yeah. There's always that possibility that we just don't even wake up. We just, yeah, there is, because the time that we're asleep is daytime in Russia. So they could choose to go in the daytime to fight. They could choose to go in the nighttime to fight. All right, I think that's all for today. Um, so Russia delivering weapons. So what? Salmonella. Also getting the United States weapons. Thank you for everybody that came through. Finland and Sweden's in trouble. I heard Russia gave a direct warning to Sweden today. I have to look this up. I got some more things to look up. But I've been live for probably like 3 hours between TikTok and YouTube, so I gotta take me a little break. And make some videos. I'm gonna post some more on YouTube. I do got some more videos to post on here too that I posted yesterday on TikTok, and I forgot to post on YouTube. So I got more videos coming out, guys. Share my videos around. Share all of Grant's videos around. Go check out his channel. He has an amazing channel where he goes into deep about some deep stuff around the world, and some. He also gives you the word, and he also gives you the news. So go follow him. Everybody, have a great day. I heard I did hear about Russian TV showing the United States getting nuked. I gotta post that video too. But before we get out of here, remember the golden rule: love, unity, and peaceful life. Do not be scared, but stay aware. A scared mind don't help anybody. So, you guys have a great day. I'm going to save this live for anybody that missed it. And I hope to see you guys soon. Peace.